Hi Raja. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining. How are you guys? How is your Sunday? Oh, the volume was low. I hope people can hear me. If you can't hear me, please let me know. But yeah. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining. If you know of somebody who wanted to join the live session, please do remind them that I am live. I'm only going to be live for 1 hour, so I'll end my live session at 9. So I'll only be live until 9, and then I will not save the recording of this live, just because it is such a big file and it takes up a lot of space. So I will not be saving this recording, and I will not be posting it anywhere. So if there are people you think will benefit from this live session, please do let me know, let them know to join, or alternatively you yourself can record the live, screen record the live session, and you can refer back to it or share it with people that you would like and cannot make it. So yes, so I will not be sharing this live session. I will not be sharing a recording of this live session. So you can screen record if you want to and share it, but I will not be doing that. So yeah, welcome. What time is it? Oh, it's exactly 8 o'clock. So let us get into it, into why we are here. So we are here today because of AliExpress, right? So it's very easy to start ordering from AliExpress. All you need to do is you just need to create an account. But before you create an account, you have to download the app. It's very easy. If you have an iPhone, you download it on the on Play Store or iPlay. I don't know what iPhone users, what platform they download from. But if you are Android like myself, it's on Play Store. You just type in AliExpress, and then the app will come out and then you can download and install the app. It's very simple. What you need to create an account is just you need to have an email address. You just need to have an email address, and that's it, really. Basically, there's nothing to it. And like any other account that you create online, you need an email address, and then you need to provide a password, right? So I've been talking so much about AliExpress. My husband is also now beginning thinking about ordering stuff from AliExpress. So this is how good I've been selling AliExpress. I hope AliExpress sees this, and then, you know, they can start paying me money, because I'm marketing them heavy here. Anyway, so you need an email address to create, or an email account to create an AliExpress account. And then once you create your account, you will be asked, you know, to provide information like your shipping address. Now for Namibians, your shipping address is your PO box, your non-post address, because obviously in Namibia we don't have our postage delivered at our homes. Here in Finland, there's no postal address. It's just your home address, because the mail gets delivered at the home. But in Namibia, your shipping address is your postal address. So you'll be asked for your postal address. You will also be asked for your cell phone number, and that information you have to provide, okay? And so when you provide that information, make sure that it is correct, because once you buy something on AliExpress and you provide the wrong PO box or the wrong postal address, it is very difficult to try and get it sorted and get it right. So make sure that you are providing the right. Let's recap again. What do you need to start ordering from AliExpress? You need to download the app. You need to create an account, and to create an account, you need to have an email address or an email account. Now, once you've added all that information, obviously it will ask you for your name, your surname, you know, your shipping address, which is your postal address, your non-post address. They will also ask you to provide your cell phone number. You also provide your cell phone number. Okay, so that is very, very straightforward. There's nothing to it. Now, I know that some people struggle with payment as well. For those of you who have bought stuff online, you know how payment works. They will ask for your card number. Visa cards work. I think MasterCards also work on AliExpress. So when you make a payment on AliExpress, you will be asked to provide the long card number on the front of your bank card. All you need to do is just make sure that you have money in your account, obviously. All you need to know to be sure of is that you have money in your account, but they will ask you for the long card number in front of your card, and then they will also ask you your CVC. Now the CVC are the 3 numbers at the back of your card near your signature. All right. So those 2 numbers you just never give to anyone, because once you give those numbers to anyone, you will basically be hello. Yeah, okay, this person is, you wanted, how do I remove this person? Because I think this person is talking about other things here. Oh yeah, how do I remove this person now? Anyway, I hope they will not interfere with, yeah, thank you, interfere with our live session. So yes, so your payment, when they ask for payment information, it will be the long number in front of your card. They will also ask for your card's expiry date, and then the CVC. The CVC number are the 3 numbers at the back of the card near your signature, next to your signature. So those are the only things you need to provide in order for you to make payments on AliExpress. Okay, so I think that is straightforward. If you need me to recap or go back to what I have just said, please feel free to ask me, and I will explain again before we move on to the next point. After you download the app, then you enter your information. They will ask for your name, your surname, your postal address. They will ask for your address. For your address, provide your postal address, because that will be your shipping address. So it's like you're filling in a form about your information. So you just follow those steps. It's very straightforward. Just follow those steps, enter the information that they're asking for. They will not ask for your banking details, I think, until you want to make a payment. You've made an order and you want to make a payment. That is when they will ask for your banking details. Okay, so when you are, so let me go through people's comments first before we go to the second point. Like I said, that way everybody is on the same page about what you need to get started on AliExpress. So I will recap again one last time. Download the AliExpress app. To create an account, all you need is an email address or an email account. And once you have downloaded and you have entered your email account, obviously you have to create your password, you know, and those things, yada, da, da. And then you'll fill in your name, your surname, you know, the country and everything like that. Okay, obviously you will also need a password, you know, for your account. So, you know, just standard procedure. And very, very important, your shipping address is your postal address, your non-post address. So make sure that your non-post address is correct. And also payment details will not be required of you until you order and you make a payment. Okay, so how you pay is that you pay with your bank card. Okay, Visa card, MasterCard, those things are accepted. I don't know if they accept credit cards. I've never paid with a credit card. So you will enter the long number in front of your bank card. You will enter the expiry date. Expiry date is usually month and year. And then the CVC is the number at the back of your bank card next to your signature. Those are 3 numbers. So when you make a payment, you'll be asked for that information as well. Okay. So now let's get to how you can start ordering from AliExpress. So you've created your account from AliExpress. You've created your account on AliExpress, and you want to start ordering things. There is a search menu on the AliExpress homepage. You just search wigs, okay? Or what type of wigs, or to be specific, you can search, you know, what type of wig you want. Do you want a curly Brazilian wig? Do you want a straight Brazilian wig with bangs? You just basically type into the search button what you're looking for. And AliExpress doesn't only sell wigs. AliExpress sells all kinds of things. Okay, so it's not just wigs. They sell clothes, they sell cosmetics, they sell watches, jewelry, they even sell iPhones, although I would not advise anybody to buy an iPhone from AliExpress, just because you would not really be able to tell the quality, you know, of an iPhone from AliExpress. So I would not advise anyone to buy an iPhone from AliExpress. But I'm not saying AliExpress doesn't sell legit iPhones, but read the reviews. The third point is that before you buy something on AliExpress, read what other people have said about that product, okay? Read the reviews. If you scroll down at the bottom of that product, there are reviews there that people have left there. And also, on that product, you will see how many have been sold of that product. And the more of the product that has been sold, the more reviews there are from people that have bought that product. So I like to buy things that other people, a lot of other people have bought, because then I know that I can go to the reviews, and my decision whether to buy, to order or not to order, can be determined, can be advised by the reviews. So don't neglect reading reviews. No matter how good, how nice the wig looks, you know, on the picture, make sure that you go and read the reviews about what other people have thought about it. In the reviews, people will tell you if it is exactly like it was described on the advert, if the length is true to what you ordered, if it is good quality, and if it arrived in good time. So those are the things that you want to look out for when you order wigs or anything else on AliExpress. Okay. Now, AliExpress is a platform where different vendors, we are now on to the fourth point. AliExpress is a platform where different vendors who sell the same kinds of things or different kinds of things come. So AliExpress is like a market where these vendors come and sell their products. Now, AliExpress is completely safe. Okay, if it was not safe, nobody would be ordering from AliExpress. AliExpress is safe so much that their return policy is very good. If you are not 100% satisfied with the product that you receive, you can get a full refund. You can, you know, ship back the product that you receive if you don't like, and you get a full refund. And also, one thing I like about AliExpress is that so when you make the payment of something that you have ordered on AliExpress, AliExpress as the market owner will hold on to the money that you pay until you receive a product and you have notified the vendor that you have received your product. Then AliExpress will pay the vendor. So when you make the payment, you are making the payment to AliExpress, and AliExpress will only pay the vendor if you have received your product in the condition that you are satisfied with. Okay, so that makes it very safe. And also the return policy is great. I've ordered something from AliExpress before and I canceled the order and I got my money back. So AliExpress is safe, it is convenient in that way. Now, the fifth thing I want to say about AliExpress is, depending on what you are ordering, when I was in Namibia, I had orders that took within a month to arrive. And there was also another order that took longer than a month. So it really just depends on the vendor. Sometimes they don't have the things that you order in stock, so they have to restock, so it takes a bit of time. But the vendors keep constant communication with you, and that is why the app is very, very important. You can communicate with the vendor. You can ask the vendor, why is it taking so long? You can communicate with the vendor what you want. And also, even before you order something, you can already start communicating with the vendor to ask information about the product. You ask them, is it virgin Brazilian hair? Is it Remy hair? Is it, so there are all kinds of questions that you can ask the vendor directly, okay? Because of that app. The app has made it really easy for people who purchase or order things on AliExpress to be in touch with the vendors. I ordered something from AliExpress. I think it's been a little over a month now, and it still hasn't arrived. And I've been talking to the vendor. In fact, I ordered 2 concealer, one dark concealer and one lighter concealer, but only the lighter one arrived and the darker one did not arrive. So I'm constantly asking the vendor, like, how is it that it was the same order from the same vendor, but only one order? So maybe they made a mistake. So I've been communicating with the vendor, and the vendor is busy sorting it out. Okay, so communicate with the vendor. If there's one thing that vendors fear on AliExpress is bad reviews, and they don't like bad reviews. So they make sure that their products are to the customer's satisfaction, and if there's anything wrong, they communicate. And also, if you received your product and it's not in the condition or the order that you thought it was, you can leave them a bad review, okay? But they know that what bad reviews mean is that people are not going to order their product. And so they try to not have people have bad reviews about them. So some of them will even, when you order something from them, some of them will already even tell you, please do not leave a bad review. If you have a problem, please contact us directly. So in that sense, it creates this trust between the vendor as well as the customer, so that quality is not compromised, or quality or delivery time or anything is not compromised that could lead to a customer or a purchaser to leave a review on their products. So yeah, so that is that. Reviews, very, very important. Read the reviews before you order, especially wigs on AliExpress. Now, the way that wigs, now I'm going to move on to wigs, because obviously that is why you ladies are here, or you gentlemen are here, is because of, we are here because of the wigs. Now, with the wigs, obviously, AliExpress sells 3 types of wigs. Virgin Brazilian hair. Well, they also sell like Indian hair and things like that, but I have been focusing mostly on Brazilian hair. So they sell virgin Brazilian hair, and they sell Remy Brazilian hair, and they sell synthetic hair. Like if synthetic hair is not for you, like synthetic hair, it's not for me. So I don't even look at synthetic wigs. So what I look at mostly is the virgin Brazilian hair and the Remy Brazilian hair. Now the difference between virgin and Remy hair is that virgin hair is from one person's head. So I don't want to say harvested the hair from one person's head, but the hair comes from one person's head. Like this is virgin. This hair comes from one person's head. So the quality is very, very high because it comes from one person's head. That is what makes it virgin hair. Remy hair comes from the heads of different people. It is also high quality in the sense that it is human hair. It is not synthetic, but it comes from different heads. It doesn't come from one person's head. And obviously, when you take hair from people's different heads, people have different hair. Okay, basically, one person may have thin hair, one person may have thick hair, and so in that sense, Remy wigs are cheaper compared to virgin hair, especially when you compare the length. Okay, so let's recap again. There are 2 types of Brazilian wigs. There's virgin hair, there's Remy hair, virgin hair comes from one person's head, Remy hair comes from the heads of different people. So in your search, when you're looking for wigs, also type in virgin Brazilian wigs or Remy Brazilian wigs. Okay? So now, obviously, they sell according to length and according to density, all right? So this is 180. My wig is 180. The density of this wig is 180. 180 is like very, very, very dense. Very, very dense hair. So if you like a lot of hair, buy a wig which is 180%, or you can also buy 150. My bob wig, the short one, is actually less. I think it's 150. This one is 180 because I really wanted it to be, you know, voluminous, to have a lot of volume. So depending on also your own hair, like in your head. Like me, naturally, I have a lot of hair in my head. So it would not make sense for me to go and buy a wig that is of less density because naturally, I have a lot of hair in my head, which makes my hair look big. So if you have like you know, less dense hair, you also want to then match, you know, your own hair type to the wig that you want to buy. But you find people who have dense hair, they will go for volume as well, which is completely okay. But just make sure that the longer the length of the wig and the higher the density, the higher the price goes up. Okay, so when they advertise on the AliExpress app, they will advertise to you the shortest length and the least density, and that will be the cheapest. But don't be deceived. Don't think that 18 inches, 22 inches will also be the same price. Step on that wig and go and see. They will usually tell you how many lengths it comes in, what types of colors it comes in, and how many densities it comes in. Usually it's 150, either 150 or 180 density. I don't know about what is the difference between virgin and raw Brazilian. I don't know about raw Brazilian hair, but my guess would be hair that is not treated at all. So yeah, I think that would be my guess, but I haven't looked into raw Brazilian hair. I've only looked into Remy and virgin hair. So let's go to the question. Is shipping price charged per item? That is another important point. 7th point. This should have been the 6th point before I came to the wigs. But anyway, so when you are looking for something specific on AliExpress, they will advertise the price of the item as well as how much it costs to ship that item. Okay? So when you order something and it has two prices, you know, the price of the item and the shipping price, you will pay the total of those two. Now, a lot of other items on AliExpress have shipping, shipping is free. Like for wigs or like for some vendors, they say that if you order something over the price of maybe, I don't know, 1,000 Namibian dollars, maybe shipping is free. Like my wigs, for example, only one of them I had to pay for. Oh, did I pay shipping for any of these wigs? Maybe I didn't even have to pay shipping. For most wigs, you don't have to pay a shipping fee because, you know, they already cost like 1,000 Namibian dollars or 500 Namibian dollars or more. So they don't ask for a shipping fee. Okay, but check, they will also tell you on under that item that shipping is either free or shipping is this free. Is this price. So either shipping is a price or shipping is free. They will tell you under that item. Please, my people, read, and read, okay, before you buy something on AliExpress. Read and understand what you're ordering, what you're buying, what item you're buying before you order. Okay, now you can buy multiple things on AliExpress. You tap on it. If you're, for example, buying a wig, you tap on it, you indicate what length you want, what density you want, what color you want, and then you add it, and then you check the price if you're fine with it, and then it will add the item to like your shopping cart. Okay, and then if you want to buy other things again, you know, it adds them to the shopping cart. Now, what some people do is that when they buy hair on AliExpress, they try to buy hair from the same vendor. But what I would advise is that if you are buying hair on AliExpress for the first time, like diversify the vendors which you are buying from, depending on if you like um, the items that they're selling, the wigs that they're selling. And then from there, once you have received your order, you can then make out and say, oh, okay, this wig was exactly according to how it was advertised. I like this wig. And maybe you can make that vendor your constant vendor who you shop from. Okay, so if you are ordering from AliExpress for the first time, maybe diversify the vendors you're buying from, and then once you receive the wigs and you are happy, then you can then choose which vendor you want to always to concentrate your orders from. Okay, how should one convert their currency into hours? When I was in Namibia, I paid in US dollars because that was the only closest currency. The rands was not even an option for me to pay in. So I paid US dollars. But to convert from Namibian dollars to US dollars, you just go to Google, you type in how much is 100 US dollar to Namibian dollars, and it will basically show you. So yeah. So, but your items will appear in Namibian dollars, okay? Because it will also ask you what currency would you like to see the items advertised in, and the items will be in Namibian dollars. My AliExpress, I created it back when I was in Namibia. So when they advertise, to me, they advertise in Namibian dollars. They don't advertise in euros. But it's easy to change. I can change, and they advertise to euros. So you can set the currency for which you want to view items in, but when it comes to payment, they will not accept Namibian dollars. Okay, I think US dollars is US dollar, euros, and other currencies. They don't even accept, unless they changed. I don't know. Maybe they accept South African rands, but I doubt it. But you'll have to check. I paid in US dollars. But when you are paying with a card, that is not a problem. Obviously, the bank just automatically converts the amounts. How much is shipping to Namibia? It depends on what you are ordering. Okay, it depends on what you are ordering. I hear Namra is giving people headaches in Namibia, but I remember when I was in Namibia in March, we went to Zambia and we bought kitenges. We bought materials, and Nambra, I think, was charging a percentage of each item after the third item or something like that. Nambra is just ridiculous, guys. I don't know. Anyway, we are not talking about Nambra here. We are talking about business. But Nambra is getting in the way of people's businesses. Anyway, I don't know how much shipping is, but it depends on what you order when it arrives in Namibia. Like I said before, some items are shipping, they don't charge you for shipping. Shipping is free. It's just when they arrive in Namibia where you will have to pay something, depending on the weight or what it is that you ordered. Okay? So for a good number, the majority of wigs have free shipping. The problem is when they get to Namibia, this is where you will have to come and pay money. Megan Dara, you are very, very welcome. Muhammad Majo, you are very welcome. Mugashi 3365, you are very, very welcome. And I'm happy to share this information, really. I hear people charge others for this information. I don't know, but maybe people want to make business. Why not? Evening Love, if I'm not mistaken, I think you also mentioned that you were going to touch on how to order from Shein. Is that the case? Yes, Shein is basically also the same as AliExpress. You create an account, you need to have an email address or an email account, create your password, enter your information. It's just the same. With Shein, it's completely also the same. I recently ordered a couple of things from Shein, and yeah, with Shein, you get exactly what you pay for. Shein is like that in that sense. You get exactly what you pay for. So it's the same. AliExpress and Shein is the same, but the good thing about Shein is they ship in 8 to 10, 8 to 10 business days. And they are very, very strict and straightforward with that. They try to keep that. I think 10 to 12 or 8 to 10 business days. That's the only difference between AliExpress. Oh, that's not the only difference. The other difference is that when Shein is not like it has a lot of vendors. Shein is a company, it's not a market. Shein is like an online store on its own. It makes all these clothes, it makes all these items, and when you order directly from them. It's not like AliExpress where there are different vendors where you order from. With Shein, you order directly from them, and that is why orders from Shein arrive very quickly, or between 8 to 10 business days. You are very, very, very welcome, guys. Yes, you can definitely order in bulk on AliExpress. Bulk ordering is very, very possible on AliExpress. How long does it take to receive your order? It depends on what you ordered, again. But they will tell you before you pay. If you order something now, what is the expected time of arrival? So before you make your payment, you already know what is the expected time of arrival. Usually it's within a month or two that you receive your product. So just check before you make your payment. They will let you know that expected time of arrival is this date. But in most cases, you will even receive these products before the expected time of arrival in your country. Okay. So are there any other questions that you guys would like to ask? We have 29 minutes. Are there any other questions that you have, or things you would like to ask? You are very, very welcome, Mugashi. Very, very welcome. Is shipping price charged per item? Yes, shipping price from when you order from AliExpress, like I said, they will tell you how much the shipping price is. So you have to pay shipping price per item, because obviously these are different vendors. This is not one vendor. And these vendors don't all live in the same city. In China, for example, they all live in different places. So they have to ship from where they are manufacturing these wigs or whatever they are manufacturing or whatever they are selling. They have to ship from that location. So they cannot charge the same shipping price if there is a shipping fee, because they are not the same vendor and it's not the same item that you have bought. But just check some items. Most of the items on AliExpress are free shipping, especially items that are like 500 Namibian dollars and more. Those items are usually free. But even smaller items don't have a shipping fee. You'll find that sometimes something will be cheap, but then the shipping fee will be higher than the price of that item, which for me, it really doesn't make sense. So yeah, so just check. You can always check to see what the shipping fee is, and if you add up the two, if it is within your budget and what you want to buy. So Lina, the payment is you just provide your banking card number, the long number in the front of your card, and then the expiry month and year of your bank card, and then the CVC. The CVC is the number at the back of your card. Like, you never give out that long number, the expiry date and month of your card, and the CVC number. You never give that information, because then somebody is going to get your money. And so, yeah, that's how you make a payment. You make a payment with your card information, and all you need to make sure of is that you have money in your bank card, and then they will deduct from your bank card. Or basically, you are instructing your bank to make a payment into AliExpress's account. Okay, so that is how you make a payment. Kaloi, you are very, very welcome. The product is maybe 600 not to pay like the cost if they convert in US, our money is weak. I hope the question is clear. When they advertise to you on AliExpress, they will advertise to you in Namibian dollars, but when you make your payment, you make your payment in US dollars. So what the app will do is it will automatically convert Namibian dollars to US dollars for you automatically. Like, you don't have to worry about that. And also, if you want to convert, if you want to see how much something is in, just go to Google, type in 100 US dollars to Namibian dollars, or 100 Namibian dollars to US dollars. Google, I feel like Namibians don't use the internet and Google to the maximum. Like, all your information that you need, like most of the answers to your questions are just on Google. How to create an account on AliExpress, Google. How to create an account on Shein, Google. But I think, yeah, maybe what makes it easier is that if somebody who they can relate to shares this information, then it makes it easier or relatable or a bit trustworthy. But yeah. But otherwise, Google. If you need conversions, Google. You also have to pay for shipment fees with Shein. Usually Shein will tell you if you order things over a certain amount, you don't have to pay shipping. But if it is like under a certain amount, then you pay for shipping. With Shein, it is strictly just like that for all their items. They say that if you order items from them, for example, worth $500, I know that they say that it's 19 euros. 19 euros, okay, 20 euros is like how much in Namibian dollars? It's like 800. Yes, it's like 800 Namibian dollars. So they will tell you if you order things worth 800 Namibian dollars on Shein, then you don't have to pay shipping fee. How do I choose a vendor? You just go and look at the products on the AliExpress. Most you type in what you want, Remy Brazilian wigs, or Virgin Brazilian wigs, or wigs with banks, or, you know, and then the wigs with banks, or the curly wigs, whatever you search in will come up, okay? The different vendors' items will come up. Now you can look to see yourself which one looks nice according to the price, depending on the price, or depending on, you know, what, you know, the items look like. You can then choose a vendor. That's how you choose a vendor. You choose a vendor depending on what they sell. Okay. You are very, very welcome, Lonnie. Very, very welcome. Yeah, if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. I think I've gone through what I wanted to share with you guys. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. AliExpress does ship to Namibia, so do not fear that they will not ship to Namibia. They will ship, and you can even track the shipping from when it leaves, you know, the manufacturer's place up to, you know, where it is transported to before then it is shipped to Namibia. You can track that, and you can be in constant communication with the vendor, and that is why the app is important. once you make an order, you already have immediate communication with the vendors, and you can ask them, or even before you buy something from AliExpress, you can already start communicating with the vendor. You can ask them about the type of wigs, can you straighten the wigs? Can you use heat on the wigs? Those types of questions that you would otherwise not be able to find answers to on the advert. So yeah, it's very easy. It's very, very straightforward. It takes some getting used to, but once you make an order the first time, the second time, the third time, you are like, it's no brainer, But otherwise, it's really straightforward to order from AliExpress and to order from Shein. It's very, very straightforward. Yeah, I like to order from Shein. Shein is very cheap, very cheap, very affordable, and they have nice things on Shein. But for wigs, I don't know if Shein sells wigs. I'm not sure. I've never checked for wigs on Shein, but I prefer to order wigs from AliExpress because there is much more diversity in terms of vendors who sell wigs. So I prefer AliExpress for the wigs. But like I said, AliExpress sells all kinds of things, bridesmaids dresses, wedding dresses, all those things AliExpress sells. All those things that you see in Chinatown, AliExpress sells. But make sure that the higher the price of something, the higher the quality, obviously, and the lower the price, the lower the quality. So you pay for quality, but if you don't want to pay for quality, it's also okay. So you basically get what you pay for, literally, on AliExpress as well as on Shein. So yeah, any more questions, good people? Can you please share your hair vendors? Yes, this week I bought from U Queen store, as in letter U dash Queen store. This one is from U Queen store, and the short straight one was from Rhythm store, I believe. Yes, that one was from Rhythm store. Yeah. Yes, please don't save your card details. After you make your payment on AliExpress, don't save your card details, because then anybody can come and buy things and change or buy anything from your account. So make sure that you don't store your information unless you are 100. But theft in Namibia, I would not recommend. I would not recommend there. You are very welcome, Lera. How can I choose a vendor? Okay, I've already explained. You choose the vendor based on what you want. Okay, when you like something and you decide to pay, that's basically how you choose a vendor. I'm late and my network is tripping here. You will need to ask specific questions because we don't have a lot of time to go through everything again. You are very welcome, Vicky. Very, very welcome. And like I said, I am not going to download and share this video because it's a 1-hour video. It is long, and cropping it into important bits and to share with people is just too much work, and I don't have enough space on my phone, so I will not be sharing this video. If you want to share this video, you can screen record and share it, or you can screen record and refer to it whenever you want. Does Shein also have a refund policy? I haven't really looked into Shein's refund policy, but yes, they do have a refund policy. If you're not entirely happy with something, you can send it back in its original packaging, and I think, yes, they will give you back your money. You are very welcome, Miriam. Very welcome. Is those prices is in Namibian currency. Yes, if you create your account in Namibia, the currency will be in Namibia, but when you pay in US dollars. And don't worry about conversion. It will automatically convert to the currency you want to pay from. On arrival, huh? Lina, what are you trying to say? On arrival of the product, are they really delivering where you're instructing them to deliver the product? Yes. But if your product needs to pay custom duties, then NAMRA will call you. NAMRA will call this number that you provided so that you can go and pay for the custom duties. I remember I ordered shoes from AliExpress, and I think some tops, and I think they exceeded a certain weight, but that was before NAMRA. That was before NAMRA took place. It was the Ministry of Finance that calls me, or what is it? Yeah, where you go and pay for custom duties. They are the ones who calls me. But for small things that you don't need to pay custom duties, they will come at NAMPost. They will come at NAMPost. But there was also somebody who said their things have always come at NAMPost and they just pay a small fee. So yeah, it depends. The weight of your things, but things have changed now with NAMRA, so maybe it's NAMRA that is going to call you, but please make sure you provide your NAMPost address. When they ask for the address, it's not your home address, it is your NAMPost address, it's your PO box. That one needs to be correct. For a person who just ordered for the first time, how long does it take for the items to arrive ahead? It can take a year for someone who... No, it's not true. It's not true. A year? No, it's not true. I don't know for people who have waited a year for their things to arrive. But also, I hear that with NAMRA, things are taking very slow. So maybe it is true since NAMRA took place. But when I ordered from AliExpress when I was in Namibia, this was like in 2016, and NAMRA was not there. My things didn't take a year. It was a month at maximum, maybe a month and a half. But when you order from AliExpress, they tell you the expected time of arrival of your orders. And if your orders have not arrived within that time period, you can directly contact the vendor. In most cases, the vendor will also tell you that that order is already in your country. So the holdup may be in your country. You are very welcome, Winnie. Is the payment method also the same with Shein? Yes, the payment method is also the same with Shein. You are very welcome, Lina. What if one does not have a PO box? You will have to provide somebody's PO box because that's your shipment address. That is where they will send the things. Otherwise, if you don't have a PO box, then where are they going to send your things? NAMPost does not make home deliveries. So you'll have to find somebody with a post box, you know, and yeah, ask them. That is very, very important. Otherwise, your order will get lost. Any more questions, good people? 13 more minutes. All right, so just a quick recap then. To create an AliExpress account, all you need to do to have is an email account or an email address. Basically that is all you need, and then you enter your information, your name, your surname, your postal address, cell phone number, that type of information. And then for your address, it is your postal address or the place of delivery. Okay? And for payment, you need to provide your card information, the long number in front of the card, the expiry month and year of the card, and the CVC number at the back of the card. Before you make an order, before you place anything in your cart for an order, make sure you read the reviews, see what other people have said about that product. I usually also look at, they usually also say how many people have ordered that product. Now, things that get ordered by a lot of people means that there are also a lot of reviews, and then you can tell if reviews are positive and if they are negative. Like with me, if I see one negative review, that is already a red light for me. I don't want to see any negative review on something that I want to order. So any negative review for me is already a red light, and I am not pursuing that. I just like to see positive reviews. So make sure and pay attention to the reviews. Also pay attention to the price of the item, as well as if they're asking for shipment, because the total price of the item will be not only the item price, but the shipping price as well. Bear in mind also, when that item arrives in Namibia, you may also be required to pay on top of that. So I usually mostly go for things that are free shipment. They don't ask for shipping fee. All right. So if you're looking to order something on AliExpress, AliExpress is the platform where different vendors come and sell their items. If you're looking for something specifically, you can just type what you're looking for. Say, for example, you are looking for foundation, or you are looking for, I don't know, whatever wig. The more specific you are, the better your search results that come up. So that's how you can find items on AliExpress, and AliExpress is a platform where different vendors come and sell their items, and so obviously the shipping time will also vary according to the vendors, but the good thing is you can be in constant communication with the vendor about, you know, where your item is. But there is also like a tracking mechanism on your app where they like inform you where your item is. They even send you emails to let you know that, oh, now your item is where, and in most cases, the delay is when the items arrive in Namibia. It's not when they leave China, it's when they arrive in Namibia, or when they arrive in Africa, let me just say, depending on the country which receives the items first. You know, those ones are the ones who cause delays in Namibia. And I don't know the NAMRA systems and how they work these days, but, you know, depending on what you ordered, NAMRA might ask you to pay custom duties. Yeah. No, they can't courier at NamPost. They are not a courier service. They will ship to your because with courier services in Namibia, you must just provide your cell phone and number, and then they courier. But they need your postal address. They will need your postal address. So your postal address is the address where your items will be shipped to. So even if at the end it is, you know, NAMRA who calls you for your items, you still need to provide your postal address. Otherwise, you will not continue with setting up your account with AliExpress. So yeah, and then I talked about wigs. There are two types of wigs. There are virgin Brazilian wigs, and there are Remy wigs. Virgin hair is hair that comes from one person. Remy hair is hair that comes from different people's heads, and therefore virgin hair is very high quality because it comes from one person's head. And then Remy is not that of high quality because obviously people have different types of hair. One person might have thin hair, one person might have dense hair, and so, but it is also human hair, like it comes from a person's head. So it is still good quality. And so in that sense, Remy wigs are cheaper than virgin Brazilian wigs because of that fact. And obviously, when you buy wigs, you have to look at the length. You buy according to the length and the density, and sometimes you also pay according to whether the wig is highlighted or the wig is dyed and things like that. So pay attention to that, and also pay attention to the shipping fee. In most cases, wigs are free shipping, and so you don't have to worry about shipping. It's just when they arrive in Namibia. So yeah, that is the information that I wanted to share with you guys today. Is there no other way of getting a or cheaper shipping. No, there's no other way. AliExpress will just ship to the address, to the postal address that you provided. There's no other way. I just came now. Are you going to share the whole video? Please, no, I will not share the video. The video is 1 hour long. It will take time for me to download and crop it and share the important bits. It's really just a lot of work for me. What I've advised people is that if you can screen record so you can refer to it later. I will unfortunately not share the whole video again. You're very welcome, Pauline. You are very welcome, Shares. Sure. Any more questions? So orders from Shein are collected at Nampos upon arrival in Namibia, or is there a specific location where orders are collected? I think Shein orders are also collected at, Nampos, either Nampos or Namra. I don't know. I've not ordered from Shein while I was in Namibia. Okay, I only started ordering from Shein when I came to Finland. But if it is something big, because when the delivery, when when the post office makes delivery at our home, they usually deliver at our home for packages that are small that can fit through like the slit in the door. But if a package is big, they give you a code and the name of a place where you can pick it up. But in Namibia, it's obviously Nampost where you can go and pick up your items. You are very welcome. No, I mean, some items shipping are expensive than the item itself. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Some items have a much more expensive shipping fee than the actual price of the. I personally try to stay away from those items because they don't really make sense for me. Like, how do I pay so much? Unless you really want it. I don't know. We are different, but I will not pay for something whose shipping fee is more than. But it also depends if the shipping, yeah, no, I will not. But what I have done is that if the shipping fee is reasonable, then I might, and I will. But if the shipping fee is more than the item itself, I don't. You just download Messi, you just go to AliExpress. You can just Google AliExpress or how to create an account on AliExpress, and it will give you this information. So AliExpress, just Google AliExpress, and all the information that you basically need will come up there. So, Shares, you are more than welcome. So we have 4 minutes left. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, I will be saying goodbye. It's almost 9 and it's 10 here on our end. So I'll be saying goodbye in 3 minutes now. So you are more than welcome, Cecilia. You're very, very welcome. And also, if you are not sure about anything, guys, Google. Google is your best friend. Like, I cannot stress enough how much Googling anything has been so much of a help in my life. In making decisions, especially when it comes to making decisions about ordering stuff online. Like Google, my people. Google the hotel. Google the things. Use that Google. Google is free. Google, if you have data to be watching my live and to be also, oh, it's kicking me out. Apparently, it's 25 minutes remaining. So, yeah, 10 p.m. It's 10 p.m. here in Namibia. So, only 19 seconds left. Thank you all for joining my live session. It was absolutely wonderful sharing this information with you. Have a wonderful